What a
We're watching the movie, and I go, are they boyfriend and girlfriend? And she goes, don't say anything stupid, because I'm having genuine, like, intelligent thoughts here, and I don't want to hear stupid stuff.
holy shit.
Alrighty. I was going to say something like, you're not very pleasant to watch a movie with. And then she goes, this volume sucks. You changed the speakers on the volume, the outgoing speaker, and ever since then it's been shitty. And I'm like, well, we can switch it back to TV speakers, but you're not going to like it as much. Strike two. And then she was talking about her job or something and goes, I didn't smirk. Not that that matters. But she goes, what are you smirking at? I'm talking about something. All right, that's 3 strikes. So I just went like, shoo. What fucking go do you think I'm fucking doing? Like just M16 screaming my totally out of control, like making her cry levels. But you have to do that, like you say, with the chimps. Because if I'm not the man of the house and you just call me stupid and say that I fucked up the speakers, it's like Howard Stern without Robin Quivers. It's
you're the chimp sitting in the rain with the bite taken out of his ear, the gray muzzle, just eating what's left over from the rest of them. And you used to be the big man on campus. That's how it happens.
But also, like in that analogy, the new chimps kind of do okay for themselves.
Yeah.
In my world, if I was that chimp with the ear, it would be chaos. They'd all be on their phones. Like the amount of phone policing I have to do in my family, I'm sure other families are dealing with this now. You'll just stop, you look around, there'll be one person on his phone, the other girl's in her bedroom on her phone, the wife is in the bedroom on the couch on her phone, and you have to go, like, everybody stop doom scrolling. And I'm no superhero, I'm addicted to it too. So I'm sure this is across the country, but I bet if you threw like a dart at a house at 8 p.m. anywhere in America, everyone is on their own individual phones in a different room, and they're looking at fucking garbage.
Doom scrolling,
just doom scrolling. Why, like, blah, 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 those like 5 seconds where they go, not my cup of tea.
Yes. Not interested. Not interested. Not interested. Kind of interested. Not interested. Yeah.
Or was interested, but it was like 17 ago. I changed my mind. I do want to see it. Blip, 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 going back to it. And then you got to get back to where you were.
Are you looking for more of a family moment together so they're not on the phone, or just do anything else but being on your phone? Like
both would be great. Let's play Monopoly. We
like
used
if
to
you came in your son's
together.
room and he had a tube of glue and he's putting a wing on a Messerschmitt model.
That would be. I'd get arrested for child molestation. That would be fucking paradise. Paradise.
Oh, my God.
Drawing.
Hi, Dad. This is the Messerschmitt.
When did you last look at your phone? My phone? Oh, how long do you think these things take to make, Dad? I've obviously been working on this for at least 9 hours.
Oh, my God.
And it's 100% accurate. Look at the drawings.
Oh, my God.
I mean, we were bored often as kids, but we made, like me and my friend Dale Aiken, my parents owned a delicatessen, and they would have the receipt paper. We made a little cardboard TV, and it had this wind-up thing, right? So the TV's only this big.
I see where you're going.
And you would write out the panels of the story, and then you would wind that, and you could watch TV. You'd see the panels of like frame by frame. It wouldn't be animated, but you'd see.
Get away from that paper panel toy you just made and do something. Go outside.
Go read German existentialism or something. You're wasting your time.
Wow, yeah. Very creative, very imaginative.
So they say that, school's evil, and I say that too. Like kids are just locked in this little box, but and this might be the result of schools, but in the summer when they're free to roam, there's no fucking roaming anymore.
No. Very rarely I'll see videos of like a suburban middle-class block, and the people are outside, and the kids had built a ramp, and they're jumping over a garbage pail, and it's 2025. I'm like, that's what everyone used to do.
Yeah.
And I'm stunned to see that. And then the comments are all like, thank God, some hope for the future, or something, seeing
my
kids
God.
actually outside playing like that.
If young kids built a ramp right now, it would be covered in Gen X jizz every night as parents ran out in the dark and just went, oh, fuck, please.
See, 2 garbage pails. He jumped over 2 garbage pails.
Or some uncle with a shitbox of a car would prop up the plywood on his hood because he didn't give a fuck about that garbage car. And they'd go up and then over the hood and down. And if his car got scratched, it got scratched.
Smash down, and you'd be like, whatever. You okay? Yeah. Fuck, that hurts. Yeah. That's, so you want him off the phone and doing like anything else but just doom scrolling.
Yeah.
But you know what the problem is? Because I have to do this myself. I'm a grown man.
That's the worst part of this, is we're just as guilty.
And this fucking thing is in my hand all the time. I need it for work, but that sounds like an excuse.
Yeah.
You can limit the amount of time. But then I'm like, well, if I limit a few hours, that might be the hour that something really good comes in and I could use it for the show. The show is always the thing. But when I have to put it down, whatever I'm doing, all I'm thinking about is picking that fucking thing back up. So I don't know how useful it is to just go, put the phone down and do this. Because then it's the resentment of you telling me what to do. And I don't care what I'm actually doing. I'm just thinking, I got to get back on that phone.
Have you noticed? I've even noticed you and I do this. You're at a bar, you're talking, blah, blah, blah. And then one of the guys goes piss and you're almost like, oh, good. And the second he's gone pissing, you're just like catching up.
Yeah.
And you get your little fucking crack fix. And then they come back and you're like, all right, here we go.
And that's being courteous these days. That's called courtesy.
Yeah.
Like I'm just using it. You're literally getting out of the seat and I'm already like picking it up. Yeah.
Well, I've noticed with Zoomers, they'll be at a table, like at a Mexican place, and they're eating, talking, and then this conversation lull happens. And we used to joke about that. We used to go, conversation lull. Now, when there's a conversation lull, one guy goes like this, and then it could be a table of 6, and then for at least 30 seconds, no one is talking. They're all looking at their phones, and then someone will put it down, and they won't all put it down. One guy will have his fix, then he'll talk to the only other person that put their phone down, and then slowly they'll come back as everyone gets their fix. But sometimes they won't. Sometimes there'll be 2 people who are just there, and they're not coming back. They're just smoking that fucking crack pipe.
It's definitely having an effect on society. I'm not sure what it is yet or how far it'll go and how bad it'll be for society. I can't imagine it's a good thing that you just, take these breaks to just scroll through nothing. It's nothing.
It's
and
garbage.
You'd rather do that than communicate face to face with people.
It's mining. Like I get a good funny story I want to talk about on the show. By the way, I have like 600 things a day. I don't need this much.
I know, yeah.
But it's like 2 hours to get one, and I have way too many already. But sometimes I wonder if it's like a heroin addict where you don't do heroin for 2 days, and then you just do tons and tons of heroin to make up for it. Or like fasting. I'm not going to eat for 3 days, and then you lose all this weight, but then you're so fucking starving, you gain it all back, and did you really do yourself any good by all that fasting? You just distributed your intake and put more on Thursday than there was on Monday. Like I stopped going to bars Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now on Thursday, I'm fucking Charles Bukowski till Sunday. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are just recovering from the, and this is Wednesday. I'm still fucking having a couple.
And with the phone, even at night, like I'll scroll in bed and watch videos and stuff like that. Missy will yell that it's too bright. The thing is too bright.
Right. Too many black women screaming.
Yeah. And then when I finally do want to go to sleep, I'll find like a 3-hour video of the Mafia's greatest hits, like that, and then I'll put it on. It's like 1953. And I'll have my earbuds in and I'll go to sleep listening to a video. I'm never disconnected.
Right, yeah. You're unconscious and you're still on your fucking phone.
Yeah, because sometimes during the night, I'll roll over and wake up a little and I'll hear, he was shot in the head 8 times, and then back to sleep.
Well, I'll if I wake up at 4 and I can't sleep, I'll just look at my phone for an hour, 4 to 5. Or I'll wake up and then my grandmother used to call it coming to. I can't just leap out of bed.
Coming also. It's coming also, Grandma.
I can't just leap out of bed. What are you, crazy? That's like having a cold shower in bed. So you have to doom scroll for sometimes up to an hour to get acclimated, and then you get out of bed. But you're like, I could have just looked at that at my morning shit. I would have seen like the WhatsApp signal, whatever. Check your messages, check censored, see if it works, whatever, and then start your day. You don't need 30 minutes of just.
And then you just go, and hours have gone by. You're just like, what am I doing? What am I doing?
And there's like, well, I don't want to miss the top story. Like that dude who got punched through the glass.
Yes.
You could not possibly miss that story. No. It's the most unmissable story. 12-year-olds have seen it. 80-year-olds have seen it. Like the canoodling couple at the Coldplay concert. Well, I better get on my phone or I might miss that story.
Yeah. And what the fuck is the difference if you saw it minutes after it happened and they posted it, or a day later? Like it's not any different. It hasn't changed your life.
We could have never not look at any mail, any internet, any social media, anything. Go to work 2 hours early and just go scroll through the top stories and have a show in 2 hours and the show, and then not look at it until the next day. But instead, we look at our phones. My phone says 6 hours a day, which I'm not very impressed with.
That would be like me giving up the phone. 6 hours would be considered
Really?
I gave up the phone.
Wow.
I don't even know why. I think it's like 16 hours.
Well, it gives you the readout, right? You don't see the report, doesn't it? Don't you get that automatically?
Would a fucking heroin addict count the vials of heroin that he bought?
I don't know what the solution is. Like on a familial level, a family level, cut out the internet. Like even when the kids get grounded, I take their phones, but you can still message and do Instagram on your laptop, and they needed that for school. So how do you punish someone? And then you go, you punish your kid. They're grounded. They can't have now. They can't hear about anything. There was a birthday party. Oh, I didn't hear about it. I didn't have access to my phone. So now you're punishing the child to a level where he's totally ostracized from his social life and has no friends. So the brilliance of this phone is we can't say no. If you and I say no, we're out of a job. We need it for work. The kids say no. They can't socialize.
It's become such a part of every fucking day life. I don't care how close you are to your destination, wherever you're driving. If you realize you forgot your phone, you will turn around and get it. That tells you right there how fucking. Well,
you notice in these police videos, they're like, "Where's my phone?" And you're going to jail, bitch. And it's like, "I need my phone. I got to get my phone.
Call my mama.
Call my mama." Yeah. And all these school fights. I mean, blacks are particularly bad with all this phone addiction, but they this fights at school where they like kick a teacher in the head and she has cerebral palsy. It's because the teacher took his phone.
This big fucking mook.
Mama Luke.
Mama Luke. He decked this woman because the woman, teacher, took his phone away. That's an addiction. That is a crazy addiction that you have to the phone. And it's not just like, I hear even in the suburbs, in some affluent areas, kids are doing fentanyl. Oh, yeah. Most houses, they're not doing fentanyl. This is most houses.
Every single fucking house.
This is an addiction that is affecting every single person in the country. It's
top to bottom. If you walked into a house with two boomers whose kids have flown the coop, they're 65 years old, I promise you, Jeopardy's on or something. They're not watching it.
Right.
He's on his lazy boy and he's got his phone. She's got shitty vision. She's playing like Scrabble like this, an inch from her house. All of them. Like maybe 75 and up. And then as far as down, maybe 4 and down. But from 5 to 74, we are all, it's the opium fucking crisis in China in the 1800s. Like we are in the opium dens with the long fucking pipes and our weird ponytails and our Fu Manchus, just sitting on those bunks, just like smoking the fucking opium.
But it can't be like it's not a fad. It's not something that, will go away after a while. This is something, because it's information in a sense, even though you're doom scrolling on it's just this. What is it? What is it satisfying?
Cancer alters its cell structure as you fight it to deke it out. And the algorithm is opium, but it changes. So like if you want to start getting in shape, hey, if you want to look at your phone less, there's an app for that.
Oh, Christ, yeah.
So it's a drug that changes with you every time you try to quit it or improve your life. I'll improve with you.
Is it also that there doesn't seem to be anything else to do these days? Or is it, people aren't as willing to go hiking or, ride a motorcycle, just get out and do stuff that people used to just do. They'd go out, our family, we're going on a camping trip and we're going to barbecue and stuff. Like people just don't do that anymore. So you sit in individual rooms staring at your little screen.
But that's also because of the phones. Like if you brought your family camping and you're all sitting around a campfire, they wouldn't be like, yay, I finally am free. They'd be like, this fucking sucks. There's no cell phones. We don't have our cell phones. And then they'd hate you for taking them camping. And now you're like, well, that wasn't very fun. I don't like being around fucking people who hate my guts. I didn't know it was a punishment to go camping. So you go, we're never doing that again. Or even what I was saying earlier with the dosages. I have done this. You go on a hike, right? The second everyone gets back to the house, it's almost like they're chugging Gatorade because they're so thirsty.
Right.
Everyone has to catch up on all the shit they missed while you were on that stupid hike. So the phone still gets its control over your brain. You just paused it for a bit.
Yeah, you paused it. You didn't stop it. You just paused it, and then you'll do it twice as much until you make up for the time you missed. So what's I don't really see a solution. That's weird. I just see it getting more and more technological and will we always be carrying something like this, or will it be more ergonomically designed?
This is a pretty perfect setup. No one wants it in their glasses. Like no one wants it on their eyeballs.
No, they don't.
You want to be able to hold it out. You want it to be a substantial screen like a TV. And then you want it to fit in your pocket. So I don't think they can improve that. In fact, these big fat ones are kind of worse than the ones before. Mine's like a fucking iPad. I feel like it's always going to slip out of my pocket.
The smaller one?
I want a little
small.
Because
I got the larger size one myself.
Yeah.
But
it's too much.
I don't mind it. It fits in pockets. It's a little heavy.
It's heavy. From on my motorcycle, I feel it like slipping out. I got to put it in the front pocket. I don't know. Yeah, so I don't think that'll ever change.
Things with your hand, and then the pinky dent, the fucking pinky dent from holding it and having your pinky right there. It's there.
I never noticed that before. What the fuck?
Right there.
Tom Green has a bit about that, about how we're going to start evolving to be around cell phones, and we'll have like longer fingers and furrowed brows for shade and stuff. You're like, ha, 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 Tom, you really think outside the box. And here we are. My pinkies are different.
Pinky thing. And then there's the headphone thing. If you're a gamer, these have been putting dents in the top of people's heads.
I've heard about that, yeah.
And it's a legit thing. in order to get good quality, like this is a good set of headphones here, Turtle Beach, and you need magnets. Magnets are what make speakers good. And the bigger the magnet, the better the speaker. Magnets are heavy. So they got to weigh the comfort factor with the quality factor. And they've come up with something. They put pads here and everything. But if you're gaming for 6 fucking hours, which isn't ridiculous in the gaming world, you're going to get a dent in the top of your head. We're changing our physiology with this new tech that's
and it's not like any other
our
trend.
bodies.
Like there was the skateboard last. That's a dumb one, but there was the hacky sack, and everyone was hacky sacking. And or my kids were obsessed with Fortnite, and then they just like got over it. But this isn't a get over it kind of a fad. It's altering the way we think. And have you noticed when you try to read a book, you're like, oh my God, this thing goes on forever.
Yeah.
Like, can we get
I
some
get bored
pictures in
reading
here?
books. In a second, I'm bored, and then I'll get the audiobook and I'll just listen to it.
Right. But even I was reading, what the fuck was the name of it? Something about poverty in the 1800s. And I'm just like, well, what did it look like in these tenement buildings? Where in New York were they? So then I get out my phone to get a better picture of what I'm reading.
Right.
How the Other Half Lives, I think it was called. And then there's no pictures or anything. So now I'm on my phone getting extra details from the book. And now the book's covered in cobwebs and I'm off at a fucking tangent.
Yeah. See, you'll always go back to the phone.
Always.
It's the phone. And, you know, this has been talked about plenty of times, but we don't use our minds as much because the answer is readily available on the phone. When you didn't know what the actor's name was on TV. Well, it's a pain in the ass, but it was kind of an exercise. You concentrate and think and try to equate it with other things and go through the alphabet. Did that name ring a bell? And your mind would all of a sudden formulate the answer. And you're like, that was his name. Now you might do that for 3 seconds and then go, fuck this, IMDb, there's the movie. Oh, right, I should have known it. Yeah, you should have.
We do that at the bar sometimes. We'll go like, what was his name? You damn dirty ape. And then people go, oh, fucking, oh my God. They go, stop. You know, and people grab their phones and go, that's cheating.
Yeah.
That's cheating.
Don't look.
And you'd have to hold people from using their fucking phones.
Yeah.
And then eventually.
And why though? It's like a life.
It kills the pace of a conversation too. Like I was talking to a guy, he told me that Canada is America's basically giving Canada $200 billion a year. Now that's not cash, obviously, but that's in tariffs. America does Canadian security as far as the military, so they save billions there, not having to have a military strong enough to defend themselves. So Trump's figure is $200 billion. And I was like, but there's only like 30 million people in Canada, I believe. So then I'm like, how many? And it's pretty fast, but like, hey, Siri, what is 200 billion divided by 30 million? It turns out it's around 7,000. I don't know. Getting out the phone and going like this, Siri, he's sitting there staring at me and my phone's in his face. Like, it just killed the vibe. I should have said, like, there's only 30 million people there. 200 billion to 30. It's a lot of money per person.
Yeah, a lot of money's fine.
We
you
got
don't
it.
need
Yeah.
down to the decimal
It's
point.
tons.
Or you could have asked the bartender or someone for a pencil and paper and figured out yourself using
cross out all the zeros.
rudimentary mathematics.
Right. Well, 100 times 100 for most of our lives was unthinkably easy. It's 1 + 1. Now, 100 times 100, I think I know what it is. I'm scared to say it on air in case I got it wrong. I hope it's 10,000, but I have zero confidence in that. And I'm going over because
if you have 100 $100 bills,
that's more than 1,000. So what's the next one with a bunch of zeros? But you know, you've heard of the British taxi cab drivers before GPS. There's a part of your brain that does navigation, and they've done CAT scans on them, and that part of their brain is kind of swollen, like ripped. And then when they retire, it goes back down to normal size because they exercise it so much. I think we're the opposite. Our brains must have atrophied when it comes to any kind of deduction or, well, obviously math, but everything else, deductive reasoning. Maybe that's why the left is so fucking stupid right now.
Figuring stuff out, especially the young left. You know, they're supposedly the most educated, and they go to college, and you know whatever they're taking is ridiculous, race studies and things like that. But like the basics have just been ignored. Simple math. We see it all the time in these little interviews they do in Times Square when they ask people the simplest math questions or change or the time, you know, then they just cannot fucking answer it because the phone is there to do every equation they need to do. They don't know how to make change at a fast food place. The register does it.
Well, they don't know $1 is 4 quarters. But is that the $1 million question is that the grand plan? The phones, the deterioration of the brain, the inability for young people to reason. Is this all part of a grand plan or is it part of a general decay? I don't know.
Yeah. Did we just unleash some type of plague on us that isn't a germ? It isn't in your system, but it's this. This is, we unleashed it. It's got everybody, got into your head. And, you know, that's now an infection. We're infected with that. And it's diminishing our mental and physical capabilities.
You know why I don't know? Whether it's a grand plan or because I can't deductively reason anymore.
Can't deductively reason.
I've fucking fried my brain with this thing. By the way, have you noticed?
Ask Grok if it's a grand plan.
Grok. Is this the grand plan or am I just a fucking retard? Well, there's elements of both, Gavin.
They don't have to be mutually exclusive, says Grok.
Have you noticed, by the way, whenever we use this discussion, it's never more than like a foot away. It's
I know.
Like I go,
no,
it's like my phone. Hold on.
Right. Where is it?
Where could it possibly be?
I know where my phone is every second of every day.
24 hours a day.
Where it is. And in those rare occasions where I'm like, where's my phone? It's because I put it somewhere, like in the bathroom, brushing my teeth. I put it down. I came back into the studio and I'm like, where? And then I look 3 places and I find it.
You find it.
So it's not like, oh my God, it's gone. I know where it is.
I never fucking lose this thing because it's my insulin and I'm a diabetic.
Right.
If I lose it, I die. So no matter how wasted you get, you wake up, you have one shoe on, you pissed yourself, and your phone is charging on the side table because it's the only.
Somehow
we're that well trained.
Must give it life. Must give it life. Yeah, we get a little nervous when the battery gets red and it's down to 5%. You're like, this can't be. I need this.
But it's true. You do need it. Like traveling, you can't get an Uber now without your phone charged. Like you're genuinely fucked without a phone. You could lose your wallet. You could use Apple Pay on your phone. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Losing your passport's not great. But you lose your phone, you're fucked. We've become so dependent on these fucking things. I used to do no phone Sundays during the school year. I abstained from it during holidays.
Sounds like no fun Sundays over at the McInnes house.
And summer's considered a vacation, so we don't really enforce it anymore. But even those days, we'd all cheat and like go for a long poo-poo.
Yeah.
And be there scrolling and stuff. I don't know what the solution is.
I was many years ago. I was at a dinner party at Tom Papa's house, and
of all people,
his kids were there and having dinner, and one of them took the phone out, and he's like, "Up, no phones at dinner," and that seems nostalgic.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure he doesn't even say that anymore. Probably his kids are older.
It's incredibly fucking rude. And you're right. It happens
so
everywhere.
rude.
But imagine you brought out a comic book or something when you're having dinner with someone. They'd
I'm
be
gonna
like,
try that.
Are you mad at me? What the fuck's going
At
on?
least that's funny. Like, imagine you had dinner on a date or something, and you just like a lull in the conversation for a second. You just go, and it's just.
Did you
she'd
know
be like,
Batman
"What?"
can bench press over 600 pounds?
Check this out. Check this out. It's hilarious.
The Joker was under the impression that he could get one over on him by getting him on Christmas morning, like George Washington. No, sir.
Insulting, degrading, demeaning. Yeah.
Remember Lenny and Squiggy? If Lenny had to say a secret, he'd give Squiggy a comic book. And then Squiggy would have the comic book, and Lenny could say whatever he want.
Oh, then
and Squiggy wouldn't be able to hear because he's so ensconced in the comic.
Yeah, it's when you're out to dinner, especially in a restaurant, the phone can't come out. Even me.
No, that's that's the true end of society.
Yeah.
If a couple is eating dinner together, and I don't care if it's a couple of brothers, sister, I don't care what your relationship is. If two people are sitting down for dinner together and the phone comes out at any time during the munching part,
it's over.
We should just kill ourselves. Nuclear annihilation.
We're kind of there.
We're getting there.
We're kind of there.
We're there. I would say 40% of dinners across America in public right now.
Yeah, I would think.
And again, boomers are just as bad. Geriatrics are just as bad as little kids.